could you tell us a bit about what the Climate CoLab is and what you're doing?
Yeah, so there's this problem in the world about what to do about global climate change. Many people would say it's one of the worst problems or one of the most important problems facing us all today. Many people are also relatively discouraged at the relative lack of progress we've made on that problem, solving that problem so far. So those are reasons for pessimism. But I think there's at least one reason for optimism, which is that we now have a new way of solving really big, hard, complicated problems that wasn't possible even 20 years ago. If you think of examples like Wikipedia or the community of people that developed the Linux open source operating system, they show that it's now possible to harness the collective intelligence of thousands of people all over the world to work together on big, hard, complicated problems at a scale and with a degree of collaboration that was never possible before. So our goal in the Climate CoLab project is to apply that crowdsourcing approach to the problem of what to do about global climate change. To do that, we've created an online platform called the Climate CoLab and a community of now over 50,000 people from all over the world working together on this problem. This includes some of the world's leading experts on the science and policy of climate change, as well as business people, students, policymakers, NGO members, and many, many others from literally all over the world. Together, they're developing and evaluating proposals for what to do about different aspects of the climate change problem, from how to generate electricity with fewer emissions, to how to adapt to rising sea level, to how to change public attitudes about climate. Well, most of the work in the community is organized in a series of annual contests. And so some of the winners from those contests have had, I think, some very cool ideas. One of my favorites was last year's grand prize winner, which was an idea for a device called the Sun Saluter. It's a rotating solar panel that uses water and gravity to rotate during the day, following the sun across the sky. By rotating in that way, it's able to generate about 30% more electricity than a fixed solar panel. And as the water drips out to enable it to rotate, that water is filtered into clean drinking water. So the same device produces both electricity and about 4 liters of clean drinking water every day. Well, I think there's lots of ways that many different people can be involved. The simplest, of course, is just looking at the site. There's a lot to learn there. In fact, when we do studies of people who've been involved in our community, many of them say they learned a lot about climate change from being involved in the Climate CoLab community. Beyond that, when people register, they can participate in the evolution of these ideas in various ways. One is by just voting to say which of the ideas there in each contest they think are the best. Another is by giving comments about the ideas that are there, helping to improve the proposals or point out things that need to be changed. Another is by actually developing proposals themselves. It doesn't require any special expertise on climate science to have some good ideas about what we can do to reduce emissions or adapt to things like changing sea levels, etc. We think lots of people from many different walks of life can have good creative ideas about that. And then for some people there are opportunities, or for anyone who's interested actually, there are opportunities to be involved as volunteers as well. For instance, you're a Climate CoLab fellow. We have a number of people who are involved in that role, helping to manage the contests and to kind of make sure all the day-to-day things work well. We have people who act as Climate CoLab catalysts, helping other people develop better proposals. And we have people who are expert judges and advisors who provide an even higher level of expertise to help all this activity be directed toward achieving the goal that in some sense I think we're all striving for, which is to help our world adapt more intelligently to the problems of global climate change.